So, Onesiphorus and I have been working on leading, and I'm still in the process of leading to get on the trailer. And so we've been actually getting a foot at a time. Well, 1 foot, just particularly his left front, the only black foot he's got. And but I'm having to, I gentled him with my stick. Is basically, this is how I did it, just like I did with every other rope and a halter and everything like that. I had to gentle him with my stick because I needed my hand to be an extension. So I gentled him with my stick and kind of got him used to this morning earlier, rubbing it all over his body and bringing in a pet here and there. And so now I add pressure. I'm able to touch his butt. And I want to teach him that's it. Like when I apply pressure here and I tap there, it's just one step. And I can get one step every time. See how his butt's kind of going away? That's not something I'm going to worry about fixing quite yet. If you see a lot of kicking out or anything like that, it's most likely he's got some big B-52 bombers, as we would call them, biting him underneath on the undercarriage. So we've been trying to be a little bit understanding of that. But I apply some pressure, and when I get no response, I haven't even been clicking at this point. I just want him to start to read my body language. So I'm going to point, and if he goes without the stick, that's a bonus. That's what I want. So technically he's leading, and I'm able to, with the technique I got from Lou Sterrett with the stick, is to lead or to point and use the stick to kind of get him where I want him to go. So again, I want him just to start to read my body language. When he doesn't, apply the stick. There, he picked up the pace a little bit. So now I'm going to come up to the trailer. Again, I don't care if it's one step at a time. He's allowed to do anything cautiously. But every time I ask for one step, that's really what I want. Now, he's even getting used to me stepping up. I'm going to get him a little closer. There we go. Yep, good boy. I just want one step, and I release all the pressure. I don't pull anymore. I don't click. I don't do anything. And now, again, I'm going to ask him for one step. I just want one step. That's perfect. He hasn't really left it there long. Most of the time, it's been a paw. And so I'm kind of super happy that he just brought the foot up there. The more and more time he leaves on it, the better and better off we're going to be. So I want 1 foot. And now I want to start applying the pressure on, like pulling him onto that foot. So like he's leaving it up there a little longer. Good boy. But you see he got closer. I relieved the pressure. 1 step. Now I'm going to ask for a foot up. Here he comes. And I'm going to just relieve the pressure. Let some patience sit in there. I might even pet him. And you can see it's kind of amazing that I'm already in the trailer over top of him. With Mustangs, you just never really know what's going to freak them out. It can be the littlest thing that sends them to the other side of the pen. And then be things like this. You're standing right over top of them and you're like, how is this happening? So if you notice, I want them peaceful in the presence of the trailer, like where I'm at, where I want him. But I do need to kind of keep trying to push for a little more. And you need to read your Mustang. Like some stuff may freak him out, and so you can't push much further. And so the other thing I want you to take notice too is notice they're probably going to pull on your lead when they go to actually pick the foot up. They're going to throw their head kind of up, and then they're going to pick up the foot. So it's going to feel like he's pulling on you, but he's really not. Good boy. I really would love to try to pressure. Yep. Now see if he puts pressure on it. Watch my feet, homie. Watch my feet. You can see now it's just a game where he knows the release of pressure comes when I give him. I want release of pressure when his foot's in there. So I want his foot to come in, and then I relieve everything. The idea is I want him to keep his foot in there. So no foot, foot pressure. Pressure comes off with a foot. He even thought about it. I relieve all the pressure. Again, do I want him? Really, I want him in the trailer, right? You know, but it has to be an obedient step every time with a release of pressure. I'm actually amazed I'm able to tap his foot that much. Ooh. So this has kind of been most of our morning, a little bit of our afternoon. I give him a break. I take a break. He gets a break. We both get brain breaks. The flies he's got a couple big B-52 bombers that like to try to eat them. A mistake I made earlier is that I tried rewarding him with my cue stick or getting a fly off of his chest, and I sent him to the other side of the pen because I touched his chest with my cue stick. So it's small stuff like that that you go, good boy, good boy. There he brought his back end up. I like that. He can put his foot up here, but if he doesn't load from behind, I've seen some just push up with that foot. They're goofing around. It's like Anna Kay's little pony Isaac. What they really need to do is once they get a foot up there, their hind legs need to be underneath them to kind of finish it off by picking up the other one to put it on. So now that he's close, I'm going to ask. He kind of stepped out a little bit from behind, but I want him all the way up. Put the pressure. Ooh. I got to be able to put some pressure on him and then relieve it when he gets up there. You can see that we're not really gaining much ground. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a foot on there. Ooh. Get a foot on there. Woo. Doesn't really know much of whoa now either. Woo. Woo. Good. You might eat some hay with that foot in there. This is super good. Now you can tell he's not going to put much pressure on it, but he's taking the time to leave it. Ooh, good boy. Ooh. Ooh, good boy. So we're going to try that again with me in there, because if he did that with me in there, that'd be even better. Ooh, good boy. Good boy. So when you get what you want, you just literally do absolutely nothing. So he has to have time to let this soak. No pressure. Don't move. Don't make a big deal about nothing. Just literally. And then as soon as he takes it down, I'm going to actually apply pressure. And he looks like he's close to, but he's not. So I'm not going to do anything. I just want to kind of reward him. Now he takes it down. I'm going to ask him to put it right back up. I'm going to apply pressure. There we go. I'm going to relieve it. Nope, no more pressure. And now that I know that he's comfortable leaving it up there, I can ask for more of that with an expectation that he'll give me a little more. So I'm going to get one more good one, and then I'm going to give him a break. Let him stay there. Let him stay there. Let him stay. Let him stay. I'm going to apply a little more pressure. I want him to stay. Ooh. You know he's got a B-52 bomber down here, so I'm going to come down. I'm going to see if I can take out this bug for him. Yep, smushed it. That's one less he's got to deal with later. Scratches my back, I scratch his. That's how our friendship's going to go here for a while. Want the pressure to stay. I want the foot to stay. For how long, John? I don't know. You can tell it almost seems like I'm losing ground. So I've almost probably pushed a little too much, maybe possibly. That I need to come back out. Find a good spot here. Whew, that was almost my toe again. Don't think he's kicking at my stick, but he might be. Woo. Woo. Good boy. Good boy. Let's see if I can get a pet in with him leaving it. Good boy. Good boy. That's how I technically have been rewarding him. So if I can do that, I didn't know if I could do that with a pet. Good boy. Good boy. I'm going to give him a break. Come back out. Just a little brain break. So you can see that that'll be super important. Some reasons I want you to know, like, why is he still using that lunge line? Well, like I try to keep explaining to myself and my family. I talk myself through it too, because I could get hung up on it. But in this pen, he's never going to find the end of my long lunge line. And so what I've done is I've just literally, if it comes all out of my hands, then it, he's to the back of the pen. But if I were to drop a short lead rope and then it chase him like a snake for the next 3 hours, he runs around the pen because it won't quit chasing him. If you see those shorts with the golfers, the guys tie the snake to his shoes and then they're like, hey, snake, those people run. The people even run until they finally figure out it's a fake one. So with that in mind, I'm keeping them on the long line. That way I don't lose the end of it and it doesn't chase them around the pen for the next 3 hours. So that's kind of my thought process there. He can't really find an end to the rope, and so which means I don't lose it. So, but we've been taking ground here, even with me being able to pet him on the other side, which has been a really, really big deal. Be able to come down here and pet him on his right side, and I've been really excited about that. Whoop. You can tell, he's still a little unsure. Bad flies. Not nearly as many as we had, but so after all that, I really did get what I wanted. So I'm not going to be irritated or upset with him or short with him, but I do want to come back out after a bit of a brain break, and I want to pull on this halter. When he doesn't come, I want to raise the stick. So I'm pulling the halter, and he just keeps coming. So that's a really good sign that he understands that, and I release the pressure. Actually, he releases it. Pull, and when he comes, so what that means is that he starts to learn that when I pull on it, he's actually kicked these B-52 bombers out of the air. I've been really impressed. He knows where his feet are going, that's for sure. I wish I could kill him, but trust me, he won't stand for a slap. But I'm just going to pull. There's some resistance. I tap with the stick. And I can even start by raising, pull, and tap, because I want him to know that when I pull on him, I want him to follow with his hips. That way when we get up to the trailer and I pull on him, I want him to come to it. Even though he's super, super unsure, I want him to come to it. So long short of it is, that's really the constant process. And like I tell everybody, if you can control your horse 1 foot at a time, 1 footfall, just like this. I just want him to take 1 step. I just pull. I want 1 step at a time. Even though those flies are super bad, 1 step. Poor guy. Maybe one of these days he'll be broken enough I can put fly spray on him. But until then, he's got to chase him with his tail and his feet. So, hey, thanks for checking us out. Like, subscribe, share, and we'll keep these coming here. A lot of ground being taken, just trying to make it to June 1st, which is tomorrow at the ranch at 10 a.m. Hopefully I see you there. But until then, I'll keep taking ground and posting these videos. So like, subscribe, share, leave a comment for us too.